The 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Ekiti State was marked with solemn reflection on Thursday as government officials, traditional rulers, and residents gathered in Ado-Ekiti to honor Nigerians' fallen heroes. The event was held at the Ekiti Park Pavilion along New Inn Road, drawing participants from across the state. Represented by Deputy Governor Chief Mrs. Monisade Afuye, the governor noted that their sacrifices ensure the safety and development of Ekiti State and the country at large. He added that their resilience continues to guarantee peace, stability, and development in Ekiti State and the nation at large. Management of the YSJ Farms Limited, a private agricultural company, has denied allegations that it defrauded some youth in Ekiti State or that they bring back the youth to agriculture. The firm general manager, Rotimi Omole, described the allegations as misleading, false, and the extortion of the program's structure and operations. Addressing journalists on Thursday in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, Omole said that the program was established to address spiraling youth employment and encourage sustainable participation in agribusiness and not for exploitation. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has reaffirmed the state government's commitment to supporting the armed forces and families of fallen heroes. He emphasized that their sacrifices would never be in vain. Sanwo-Olu stated this while addressing newsmen during the Armed Forces celebration and Remembrance Day at the Remembrance Arcade, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos, on Thursday. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on Thursday inaugurated Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs, thus bringing back to life the council that had been inactive since 2011. This follows the passing of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs for the Amendment Bill 2025 by the State House of Assembly and signing of same into law by the governor. While inaugurating the council, Governor Makinde said he had consulted with the trio of the Alaafin, the Olubado and the Song, with the three of them reaching a consensus that the chairmanship should start with the Olubado of Ibadan land, His Imperial Majesty Oba Rashidi Ladoja. Meanwhile, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Engineer Abimbola Hakeem Uwade won, has denied Governor Seyi Makinde's claim that he was consulted on the rotational chairmanship of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs. In a statement by his media aide, Bode Durojaye, the palace said the Alaafin neither met with the governor nor endorsed any rotational arrangement. In a related development, the Oyo State House of Assembly has dismissed reports suggesting that the Alaafin is the permanent chairman of the council. The Assembly clarified that it approved a 2-year rotational chairmanship among the Alaafin of Oyo, the Olubado of Ibadan land, and the Song of Ogbomosho, warning the public to disregard misinformation circulating on social media. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Thursday attended the 2026 Armed Forces celebration and Remembrance Day ceremony at the cenotaph of the unknown soldier, Eagle Square, Abuja. The Vice President represented President Bola Tinubu, who is currently in the United Arab Emirates, for the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. The federal government reiterated its enduring gratitude to these gallant Nigerians and called on citizens, organizations, and the private sector to support service personnel generously, especially the wounded and the families left behind by fallen heroes. Meanwhile, the federal government has introduced the Nigerian Industrialization Policy, an initiative designed to drive value addition, industrial growth, and employment creation across the country. Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Eno, announced the policy during its soft launch on Thursday in Lagos, held alongside the presentation of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group Macroeconomic Outlook Report for 2026. The Nigerian government has dismissed claims that it has suspended the release of implementation guidelines on the tax laws. The chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, made a rebuttal in a post on X. It described the report as fake news. Veteran journalist Dele Momodu has become the latest addition to the African Democratic Congress train by officially declaring his membership in the party months after dumping the opposition People's Democratic Party. The former presidential aspirant declared his ADC membership in Benin City on Thursday. Momodu, while putting to bed possible questions on where his political ambition lie, by stating that he doesn't have interest in becoming a senator or governor in his hometown, Edo State. In business, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund yesterday urged decisive measures to further reduce inflation in order to translate economic gains into tangible improvement in household welfare. The global lenders and development partners admitted that macroeconomic gains are being recorded on the strength of reforms, but declared that inflation rate is still high. The World Bank's senior economist for Nigeria, Dr. Sama Mata, and Nigerian's IMF country representative, Dr. Christian Ibeke, made the positions in Lagos while speaking as panelists at the Nigerian Economic Summit Group 2026 Macroeconomic Outlook presentation. In entertainment, a paternity controversy involving Afrobeat star David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, resurfaced on Thursday after a 12-year-old girl, Michelle Anwoluwako, publicly requested a DNA test to establish whether the singer is her father. Davido, however, reacted, insisting that the matter had long been resolved. Responding in the comment section of the post, the singer denied being a father and claimed he had already taken multiple DNA tests. Following up in sport, Nigeria has been drawn in Group C of the Morocco 2026 African Women's Nations Cup alongside Zambia, Egypt, and Malawi. The group will be based in Casablanca. Nigeria is a seeded team in Group C, while host Morocco at Group A of the championship, slated to hold from March 17th to April 3rd, 2026. The 2026 championship will feature a record 60 nations in 4 groups of A to D. And finally, on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday announced the formation of a Gaza Board of Peace, a key phase 2 element of a U.S.-backed plan to end the war in Palestinian territory. The board's creation comes shortly after the announcement of a 15-member Palestinian technocrat committee charged with managing the day-to-day governance of post-war Gaza. The committee will work under the supervision of the Board of Peace, which Trump said Thursday will lead as its chair. And that Ayaba Newsroom highlights edited by Compassion Adebayo. I am Moyosola Zubair. Thank you for listening.